All right.
All right. Are we on? Are we live?
I think we're live, but
Press play because they're waiting to pick heroes. We got this. We got this.
cool.
We just gotta switch. Who cares? There we go. There we go. Well, it's so much quieter now that I have this on.
Oh, give me Alexstrasza. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Boom.
Okay, nailed it.
Oh man, beautiful
Nice.
skin. Beautiful skin. Bow, bow, bow. Getting all set up.
Cool. So we're going to put that there. The questions. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Nice.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm getting our social media presence in order.
Nice.
Are you
So,
ready?
Alexstrasza secured. Mission
man.
successful.
We're all good to go. We're
Yeah.
live. Okay, well then I'm being really ignorant. Pachow, pachow.
No problem.
We're done.
Welcome, everybody, by the way. So, welcome from BlizzCon, from the one and only Lana and me.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. It's going super good.
Yeah, we're kind of missing out on the grand final, but we're going to go there right after the stream is done. So we're going
Absolutely.
to rush over. The crowd is electric.
The crowd is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's like so packed. The space is so huge for Heroes right now. We just witnessed from afar Fnatic take down MVP Black in Game 1 of the Grand Finals.
Yeah.
We're about to jump in and play some Alexstrasza.
Exactly. So whenever you guys hear a roaring crowd in the background, then you know something's good for Fnatic.
Yes, yeah. They're definitely a fan favorite at the
Yeah.
moment.
However, we're going to show you some pretty cool stuff as well because we have all the new content available that was announced at BlizzCon.
Yeah.
And one of the big aspects is, of course, the new heroes. We have Alexstrasza and Hans
aspects.
see? I'm glad you noticed.
Sorry. Yeah, so I think the way Alexstrasza and Hanzo, we're
Yeah.
really excited. We're bringing dragons to the Nexus. Chat's over here in case it seems like I'm being kind of ignorant in this way. But it is so exciting as
It
an
is
artist
amazing.
from the development team finally being able to bring a dragon into the game in such an impactful way. I'm so happy you're playing with her for this first game here.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing.
So just to get things straight, you were animating her?
To get things straight, I did not animate her.
What about Hanzo?
I did not animate Hanzo. However, the development team is a super, super collaborative process. So the whole way through, it's not like I'm sitting there and then eventually she's revealed to me.
Yeah.
The animators responsible for Alexstrasza, incredible Matthew Parker, worked on the elf model. Mike Higgins worked on the dragon model.
Nice.
And I was fortunate enough that I got to help with some of the reference material.
Cool.
So when they were wondering, we have like a big brainstorming process. So
Yeah.
we have these sort of hype moments that we can get with a hero where they can taunt, they can dance. It's very exciting. Sorry, my earrings are just stabbing me.
Cool. No problem. So, for some of the people out there who don't yet know who you are and what you do, you're a 3D animator at Blizzard?
Yes.
Cool. So you're responsible for how the heroes move, how they attack, and you want to make them look good while doing so.
Yeah, so we like to say that we are responsible for making sure you know what's hitting you and how hard.
Yeah.
So the design's there, and they say this is what we need the abilities to be, this is what we need the abilities to feel like. And so we wouldn't want like a basic attack to have a huge amount of oomph to it for the motion,
Right.
and then have it do like 1 damage.
Cool.
You know, that
Yeah,
wouldn't feel there'd be a huge dichotomy there. So it's a very, again, collaborative process with design.
Actually
with
cool
arts,
that you mentioned it
sound.
because Leoric, who has this massive swing, actually hits really hard.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the hardest hitting auto attackers in the game.
Him, Stukov, who I got the
Yeah,
chance to
true,
work
yeah.
on, he does a massive amount of damage with his melee auto attack. And
True.
The sound team, I think, really sold that.
Oh, yes.
He has a big swing and all, but that whump that you get when you hit somebody is
Yeah.
very satisfying.
So we're going to be asking some questions to Lana, who hopefully will answer them all. I'm pretty sure you're going to do a great job. No,
We'll see.
like, we did a Reddit AMA, and you guys could send in your favorite questions. And unfortunately, I couldn't pick them all because certain questions like, when are we going to say Widowmaker in the game? It just can't be answered.
Yeah.
So hope you guys understand that. But to kick things off, we're going to play a little bit of Alexstrasza. And if you have any questions in the chat about certain talents or abilities, then please let me know. All in all, it can be said that she's a pretty dangerous support. We're going to be able to kill Thrall here, who got a little bit too deep. and she combines, I would say, many different elements. She's a good healer, but she can also be very frightening if she unleashes her dragon form, which is something we're gonna do here, just like that.
There it is. Beautiful.
See if we can knock her back.
She gets new sweet abilities when she turns into the dragon
Yeah.
queen, which is her trait.
Basically, all of her basic abilities are empowered.
Empowered,
Yeah.
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 Except for the E, which turns from Flame Buffet. I always want to say Flame Buffet, but that's
Buffet.
not correct. Full feast of Flame Buffet turns into Wing Buffet. Sorry, Buffet, Wing Buffet.
Yeah.
And that's really, really fantastic for area denial. You know, you swoop enemies off a point, like this capture point right here. You can take that beacon easy.
It's so good. And we're going to go for a pretty aggressive build in this game, focusing all on the Flame Buffet.
The Flame Buffet. We're going to have a nice meal.
Exactly. So we need to hit enemies, and then they get a little bit of debuff. You can see that in the Flame Sphere. And if we hit them again, they're going to be slowed and take additional damage. So that's pretty cool. We're going to hit them again. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
We also took a quest talent at level 1. So the more heroes we hit, what's it actually going to do? I just want to be sure. It reduces the cooldown by 5 seconds off your passive, off your trait of the Dragon Queen, which turns you into this monstrous dragon. Also, yep, go
Well, I
ahead.
was just going to say, it's also really handy, like if you smoke one of those Alexstrasza or maybe Greymane there with a Flame Buffet.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it the right name, Flame Buffet. You get the little indicator right under the nameplate, so you know you can easily target an enemy again and
Yeah.
make sure you're getting this
It's
down.
so good. It feels really smooth too. Like Alexstrasza is definitely a support that feels very smooth and very easy to get into, but still has a pretty high skill ceiling. Like if you are a masterful Alexstrasza player, you're definitely going to set yourselves apart from someone who just started playing her.
Absolutely, especially because there's a really unique, like feeling really beefy when you're that dragon. And
Oh,
like you're going to
yes.
be front line, and you
Yes.
can because you get up in their grill and get that wing buffet to get them back, get some kill
Yeah.
for your team, and then balancing with how squishy she is when she's in her elf form. Oh,
So apparently you need to be a little bit louder. I don't know
Is
which
this
one
me?
guest had said, so
This one.
maybe
do not adjust.
so maybe this one.
Yeah. Hello. Somebody give us a thumbs up or something.
Yeah,
What,
just
do you have like emojis? What's the emoji?
give us a Ken good if Lana's
Yeah.
voice is good.
Oh.
So-
it's good.
To quickly talk about some of the other abilities she has a tricky mechanic in which she sacrifices health
Yes.
to heal others,
Yeah.
which is pretty insane.
So one of the fun things about working on a development team like this, where we're pulling
Louder.
from these heroes, and we have so much history to pull from, it just permeates through every part of the kit. It's not just in the voice lines that you get when you hear her say. It's not just in the motion of the animation, but the design of this hero. Matt Villers did an incredible job of feeling like she is queen. She's like a mother, right? And so she's going to nurture you. She's going to give a part of herself to make sure that you are in position to not die.
Yeah, so really cool. We see a couple of Ken goods in there.
Yeah.
Someone says it didn't change, so maybe you should just put the microphone a little bit closer.
Okay.
Maybe that's
I
gonna fix
don't want
things.
to. I'm gonna get lipstick all over it. So sorry, whoever's next.
We're the last ones anyway to stream, so nobody's gonna
Okay.
nobody's gonna
Oh,
notice.
great. Well, I'll just. Never mind.
So let's get
So-
to the tricky part.
The juicy stuff.
So now we're gonna bombard Lana with some questions that you guys asked on Reddit, and we know Reddit is always nice, right? They would never say anything mean.
I've never seen anything unpleasant there.
So, Crosper04 asked, Quacknix, was the muse for Junkrat's dancing animation. I think it was the victory at mid-season brawl
Yes.
during the finals. So, where do you took how did it come that you chose Quacknix out of all the potential victory animations or victory dances?
So I watch possibly too much HGC.
Okay,
Just kidding.
and you have a favorite team, obviously.
I have a favorite team, and go Fnatic. Watching the mid-season brawl and that moment was so exciting because it was like a huge competition. It was a huge moment for esports, a huge moment for heroes, and just their excitement. They're all auto-attacking the core, and he just let his hero auto-attack the core. He jumped out of his seat. He threw the headphones down, and he just jumped, and it was almost like he became animated himself. I swear there's a moment where he was floating on air, and the joy and the passion, it struck me so, it was so amazing. It just came through my Twitch channel at me, and I immediately was like, I need somebody to capture this animation. I need this clipped. It's not an animation. I need this clipped. I need this video, and it's for my own purposes. Don't ask me questions. And so I just knew I had to put it in the game somewhere. And it's just a, you know, it spoke to me. And then working on a character like Junkrat, where he's so animated. Oh, man. Oh,
okay. That's going to be a lot of kills here, guys. And you know what? We're going to use her ulti to get the Grey Mane. So...
Oh, yes.
Oh, come on. Bombard him.
Get him.
Get him. Woo! Oh. And see, the Cleansing Flame is very tricky because it allows you to adjust your radius of the fireballs. And once the duration is over, you land where your mouse cursor is at.
Yeah.
And guess what happened when I played David for the first time?
I
was diving a little bit too deep, and I was near the enemy fort and got killed pretty easily.
We had somebody try to cleanse us with flame earlier, and they accidentally landed themselves on the other side of a wall that was not yet toppled. So definitely gotta be careful with that one. Positioning is really important.
Yes, but if you master it, you can use it both as an escape or an engaged spell. It's insane.
Fantastic.
So okay, cool. So Crossbow, I hope you enjoyed Lana's answer on the Quacknick stance. Definitely a memorable moment. Now we have Nerdword asking, how many animators work on one hero? Is it just one, or do you have several animators? And are you guys specialized? So is one animator only responsible for attack animations, for example, or do you guys do the whole deal, the whole thing?
So I think that, I guess I'll answer in order. How many animators work on one hero? It really varies. I worked on Junkrat just myself, but for something like Alexstrasza, which essentially is sort of the effort of two full heroes, right? That's two animators. So one animator did all of the dragon form, and then one animator did all of the elf form. But then other heroes further, Mike Higgins and I both worked on Ragnaros. We definitely had two animators per hero. And sometimes somebody just wants to jump in because they're super passionate about something. Say, I would really love it if I could animate on that.
Yeah.
And then they sometimes will be like, sure, you can do the victory, or you can do hero select, spread it out. So sometimes there's even more.
Cool.
This animators are, I would say we're all fairly well-rounded animators.
Cool.
Certain people gravitate towards a more cartoony style. One of our animators, Karina Higgins, is really fantastic. She animated Murky and Brightwing, and she has a really fantastic style. And then Michael Cuevas, he is sort of colloquially known as that's the combat guy. So he did Varian's sort of beautiful, iconic, always in motion, boom, those sword hits. And
he worked on Varian. I like him.
Yes, yeah. And then he also did like Karazim, like all those punches. And Li Ming, some of her animations are some of my favorite animations.
Oh
in the
yes,
game. Yeah.
Because she's very cheeky and she really represents that in her animations, like being that feisty little girl taunting her enemies, telling everybody that she's the greatest.
Yeah, and like Albert, she has all these cloth pieces, and we animate a lot of the cloth pieces ourselves.
Yeah.
And so with everything, just the amount of follow through and the amount of polish he gets with his animations. We're getting real nerdy with it, but it's fantastic.
Yeah, we have a very big Li Ming fan in our chat as well, Mystify, and he's actually a Grandmaster player in Europe. And
oh, wow.
I'm not sure how many games of Li Ming he played, but he doesn't play anything else. I've never seen him play anything else, so...
Hey, man.
If
One trick your way to glory.
Exactly.
Man,
exactly.
UGM, ask no questions.
All right. So Supersonics84 asked, has the person responsible for the original Raptors mount received punishment?
Receive the promised punishment. I remember I wrote a post on the forums on behalf of that animator.
Yeah.
Because he did not yet have an account with the blue text.
Right.
And I believe the punishment was he was confined to the coffee room. And it might have been a self-inflicted moment. The Raptor was a hot piece of contention within the community.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got it resolved.
I'm glad it looks good. And all the Horde players, especially who had like a Raptor mount or still have one in WoW, they're definitely going to be happy now.
I think it's such a hot topic, I don't want to talk about it. But there are really animation-y dweeby reasons that things were the way that they were. But we're very happy that we, first of all, got the feedback from the community. Yeah. It's wonderful that we can see that and then react to it in a way that the community is now super happy with. It feels great, man.
Feels good, man.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys could see how we were basically tearing things apart as a team here, but also with a cleansing flame.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And the cool thing about those fireballs is that like Alexstrasza has always been a double-edged sword. On the one hand, she gives life, but on the other hand, she takes it away.
Yes.
So not only do those fireballs damage enemies, but they also heal allies standing inside. Yep. And you could really see how large the range was as well, because with every fireball, you get a new radius. So you can technically like move from here to here to here, etc.
Yeah,
so.
really a wonderful sense of mobility. Mobility set ability.
Really sweet. And right now, as you can tell, guys, we're playing a rather aggressive build, focusing a lot on the Flame Buffet, but...
you say buffet. Sorry, I ruined it forever. The Flame Buffet. The Flame Buffet.
We're going to make it a meme before the hero is even released, right?
Delicious.
So, yeah, if we get the chance to play her again, I want to try the full support build, which focuses a lot more on your Q, and I tested it earlier, and it felt really good. It felt really powerful. Okay, next in line, Lana, we have Heaver Voodoo. I hope I pronounced your name correctly, buddy. How do you record those animations? Are you using motion capture, or do you just invent them yourselves on the PC, or how does it work?
So we do not use motion capture. Everything in Here's the Storm is hand-keyed. Except for on some of the higher settings, we do have the luxury of using some physics-based cloth, but on low settings, all the cloth is also hand-keyed as well. But when we are creating the animations, every once in a while something feels, it just comes naturally. I could sit down at the computer and I'm like, I know exactly what I want this to do. And you can sit down and do that. But a lot of times, like I mentioned, I was fortunate enough that I got to record reference for Alexstrasza, because sometimes you're just not quite sure how something's going to get figured out. In the case of her Hearth and her Taunt, I believe, we wanted something that was like sassy with a feminine flair. Alexstrasza, she's the Dragon Queen. We wanted to make sure that she felt regal and royal with a little bit of attitude, because she knows she's great.
Exactly.
And so some of the boys weren't quite sure how like a sassy woman would approach something, and so I was like,